Hey y'all, so in this video we are going to talk about how can I patiently wait for God's will. Now, patience is not just throwing in the towel and not doing anything. Patient means that you're actively waiting. So first thing, we can prepare for what we are praying for. If we're constantly praying for something and we haven't heard from God yet, we could prepare for what we are praying for. For example, if we are praying to pass that test, that final, we need to study for it. We need to prepare for what the outcome is. So 2, work on your relationship with God and others close to you. So there, like this one, I have created like a solution to where I would do daily devotionals in order for me to get closer to God. And I would learn something every devotional, and then I would apply what I learned to my daily life. And in this case, it's getting along with family, even though that is extremely hard for me to do, especially with this quarantine and amid the pandemic. It's hard, but yeah, just trying to do your best in those types of relationships with your family and those close to you, your friends, and most importantly with God. So 3, work on yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. Now, we talked about the spiritual one in the second point, and so we need to make sure that we are working on ourselves. So the tips that we could do, we could write down our flaws and prioritize them and come up with solutions. So the spiritual is of course the most important one, and like I said before, my devotion time with God really helped me get closer to God, and also reading not only the Bible but books outside the Bible that are incorporating the biblical lessons to I guess our modern day life. For example, I read a book on humility, and it incorporated Bible verses and stories on the Bible, and it explained them thoroughly in this other book. And so my spiritual goals is to be humble, be patient, and trust God, and devoting time to Him has really helped me out with that. And so one of my solutions is to devote time to God, of course, and think before I speak and speak before I act. So I am still trying to get the hang of this new routine, and that is one way I can help myself spiritually. Mentally, I need to take time to talk things out and not hold anything in. Mental health is extremely important, and we can't stress about I guess stress is really it really takes a toll on people. So we need to make sure that we lean on God and take refuge in Him, as it says in Psalm 118. And so the solution that we could come up with and not stressing out is to talk with people, resolve conflicts with other people. Counseling is very helpful, and just giving all of your worries to God, that really helps out. And physical, we can work on ourselves physically. This one I am having trouble with since we are in quarantine. It is losing fat, drinking more water, and spending less. Now, I have succeeded in the spending less because I'm not a big online shopper now, especially, but for sure the making time for exercise and drinking more water is something that I need to work on. And the solution I created for that is to create a timely routine, and to once we get out of this, and if I start on my spending frenzy again, I can make a budget and go from there. So all these things I can do to patiently wait for God, and it's me actively waiting for God's will. So Make sure you prepare for what you're praying for, work on your relationship with God, and work on yourself. So thank y'all for joining me for this video, and I'll see y'all next week.